ready for the challenge? Hey, are you ready for the challenge? Today is day one of the Flats and Handwashing Challenge, and I'm not even home. I did get laundry started before I left because his nighttime diaper was a regular diaper, so we officially technically started with the first diaper, and I did change his first diaper, although it's likely my husband's gonna have to change his diaper while I'm gone. We'll see how that goes. So happy Memorial Day, everybody. I'm on my way to the grocery store like I have been doing for the past 2 months. Every Monday morning, early in the morning. I have no idea if they're even open. We'll see how well this challenge goes. There's just a lot playing against me this year. Last year I did this challenge when I was 6 months pregnant, and I was actually pretty energetic, and it wasn't bad. Like, the whole pregnant thing didn't slow me down. This year I'm doing it again pregnant, except I'm only 6 weeks and so tired. I have just started getting like waves of nausea where it's like almost crippling. It's horrible. So this is my second year in a row doing the challenge pregnant. Yay! Anybody coming? You know what? I could go, but I'm gonna wait. You know, when in doubt, when you're driving, was one of the first things my dad told me when I was driving. He said, when in doubt, don't do it. Today's topic is, why am I doing the challenge? And the reason I'm recording it in the car is because there's not a chance that I'm probably going to find a quiet moment today. And knowing my husband, he's going to be like, it's Memorial Day, let's do all the things. And I'm going to be lucky if I can get this video even edited and put up. And that reminds me, for the record, those of you who are interested in those pins, I'll show you those pins in a minute. Actually, I'll just throw a picture on the screen because I've got a minute. If you're interested in getting one of these pins, supplies are limited, and I think there's quite a few people who want one. So I'm putting a limit on one per person, and you can find them on eBay. The link is in the description box below. If you order more than one without first consulting me, I'm going to cancel your order because I want to make sure that everybody who wants one gets one. The price is $3 each, and then you pay for shipping. You can put in an offer for $1 or $2 if that's what you would rather pay. Regardless what you pay, 100% of that money goes to Jake's diapers. So that link is in the description box below if you want to get yourself your hands on one of these little cute pins. Another thing I almost forgot about, guys. Last year I did a giveaway during the Flats and Handwashing Challenge, and this year some of the Bebeboo Diaper brand reps and I, as well as Theo of course, teamed up to bring you another giveaway for a $25 Bebeboo Diaper gift card. I'm still a brand rep for Bebeboo Diapers. I think this is my last month, which means you can still use coupon code HOLT10 to save money. I love brand repping for Thea. She's a wonderful lady, and she does have the brand rep search for the next quarter open, so if you're interested, you can go apply. If I find that link, I'll throw that in the description box too. She's been a pure joy to work with, and the only reason why I didn't reapply is because I have a lot of projects on my hands that I feel like I would do her an injustice by doing so. I don't store or brand rep unless I really love the store or brand, and I also don't do it unless I know I can dedicate a good amount of time towards it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm ripping off a store or brand that I really love, and I don't want to do that. That giveaway is hosted by Rafflecopter, and you can find that link in the description box below. And on the last day of the challenge, we're going to draw and announce a winner. It ends midnight Sunday morning, so you have all the way through Saturday to enter the Rafflecopter. In order to enter the giveaway in the Rafflecopter, it's going to require that you follow Bebeboo Diapers on Instagram, on Facebook, and join the Bebeboo and Friends, Bebeboo Friends group on Facebook. Those are the only required options. If you want bonus entries, you can follow me, Kendra, and Sarah on Instagram, and those handles will be in the description box below too. Or if you're already following us on Instagram, great. I'm at the store. Well, got all my groceries, and time for me to go home. Why am I taking the challenge? I take the challenge for the reason the challenge exists, to raise awareness of flat diapers as an affordable diapering option. When I was 6 months pregnant with my fourth child, and my daughter, at the time my youngest child, my third, was just turned a year old, I finally took cloth diapers seriously. Somebody had told me about them a couple months prior. Sorry. And so I took the plunge after lots and lots and lots and lots of research. But my husband was working temp jobs and we didn't have a reliable source of income. In fact, up until a little after I found out I was pregnant with my fourth, we were getting by selling possessions on eBay, and that paid bills. It was a friend actually who told me when we were struggling to get by about cloth diapers, and I said, you know, like, I didn't even know that they were a thing. I looked into them briefly, got quickly overwhelmed. This was May of 2016, and was like, no, I can't do this. Especially when he soon, I think it was July, that he had gotten employed. It was supposed to be a temp to hire job. I'm like, okay, no, I mean, he's got a temp to hire job and I can't figure out this cloth diapering thing. We should be fine. So I kept buying disposables, and something kept telling me, you know, I kept feeling it was really impressed on my heart. And I really do believe it was the Holy Spirit impressing on my heart, you know, like, you need to look into this. This light could change anytime now. Come on now. Thank you. People are like going 80 miles an hour. That guy just ran a red light. Okay. It wasn't until August that I actually took what she said seriously. Looked into it. He was working, but he wasn't really like raking in the cash. We were only just getting by, and I had budgeted about $35 to $40 a month for disposable diapers. I took the time. I spent over 100 hours researching cloth diapers and took the plunge. This was when I hadn't had a dryer actually until this past January, I think it was, I got it. And I had a washer, but what happened was, even though my washer worked, my drain was busted. And by busted, I mean, I have an old house. It has two separate drain fields. One's the actual like septic, and one's like this random like drain field out in the front where the sink and the washer would go to. Something happened to the drain field in the front of my house where it's so old that everything shifted and it wouldn't drain. So we couldn't use our washer because we had no place to drain it. We were able to reroute the washer. We could not reroute our sink, and so it was probably it was about 8 months that I had to go without using my washer, and about 2 years, because it was this past 3 years. 3 years that I went without being able to put water down my kitchen sink, dumping everything into a 5-gallon bucket and out the door. You do what you gotta do. All that to say, I was already pregnant. By August, I was 5 months pregnant, I think? 5 or 6 months pregnant. I was already hand washing all my laundry. So if I switched to diapers, I'd have to hand wash them. And honestly, even if I had a machine, I'd probably have to hand wash them anyways, because I wasn't going to be able to afford to get like a full stash. I had to get what I could afford to get. And I thought, okay, I can do this as cheap as possible. And you'll even see a really old YouTube video of mine where I turned a bunch of flannel receiving blankets into pre-folds. By the way, that's a dumb idea. The reason being that flannel receiving blankets in and of themselves, many of you will know, are already really hard to wash. And so if you turn them into pre-folds, guess what? They're not only even harder to wash properly, especially if you're hand washing, they take an eternity to dry. I also realized that my daughter is incredibly twitchy. Holtwood is actually exactly the same way. Getting a diaper on him, even a pocket style, it's a challenge sometimes. And I mean, I know what I'm doing now, so it's a little easier for me now than it was then. But when I was first starting, I already didn't know what I was doing, and add a kicking, twitching baby. She had just turned 1, and I'm like, I can't get these diapers on her, because I had bought a couple covers, and then I went around and found some free receiving blankets. And then I converted them thinking it would be easier on me, and it turned out all of this was just too hard for me. What I ended up doing was selling the homemade pre-folds. I kept a couple for sentimental reasons, because they're pretty useless to me as actual diapers. I mean, I could use them, but they're not very good for actual diapers because of, funny enough, because of how thick they are. They're hard to wash out properly. I mean, I spent hours. I want to say I spent like 8 or so hours making those pre-folds. And I was able to make about $15 off the pre-folds that I handmade. You know, I spent 8 hours to make $15, which sucks, but then it still put me $15 ahead, which when you have not a whole lot of anything, you'll take it. And my daughter also was a heavy wetter. And I was hand washing. I knew, I was like, okay, I have to use flats, but they have to be absorbent. So I'm going to get bamboo flats. I'm going to get a dozen, because at the time you could go to Diaper Junction and buy a dozen Diaper Right flats for $39, I think it was. Then I was like, I'm going to get some pocket style Alva's. Now, the Alva pocket style diapers, I don't like Alva's all-in-ones. I don't like Alva's covers because the exposed elastic irritates my kid's skin. But their pocket diapers they're great. Like, they're cheap and they're great. What the heck did I just run over? Back in the day when I bought them in 2016, you could buy them without inserts. Like, now you have to get some sort of insert with them. But when I first got them, I got them without inserts. So I was able to get 12 pocket style diapers for, I think it was like just around $50 for 12. So, I was a little chipmunk. He's in my garden. Don't you eat my stuff. I had actually started by buying the flats and just working with trying to make the covers work until we had the money to get the pocket style diapers. And then from there, I switched. I sold the pre-folds. I bought the flats. I used the flats with covers until we had the money that I could get the pocket style diapers, after which I sold the covers for most of what I paid back. I don't know how, but I was able to sell them for nearly what I paid for. Then I was hand washing diapers. And then I had my stash, 12 diapers, and that's what we used. So I was 6 months pregnant when I was finally using my stash for my daughter, hand washing every night, and it was a relief. It was relieving to be able to not have to worry about diapers anymore. And especially since right after I bought the pocket style diapers, my husband lost his job and we had no income. And it was the first time I really experienced what it's like it's the first time I understood what diaper anxiety really was, because I didn't have it anymore. And that's when I really got passionate for cloth diapers, because if we didn't have cloth diapers, I'm not sure what we would have done. I mean, God has been providing for us regularly. And I mean, when we used disposables, he found ways to provide for us. But I am so thankful that he impressed it on my heart to switch to cloth. And that's why I participate in the Flats Challenge. So I have to go because I have to take all of these in and stop hiding in the car before my husband wonders what the heck I'm doing. I'm just trying to enjoy the quiet of my car to do this video. I'm rocking my shirt. I wore my shirt to the store today. So thank you guys for watching. Look forward to more videos. Remember, there's that giveaway. The link to the Rafflecopters in the description box below for the $25 Bebeboo Diapers gift card. And the link for the pins for sale is going to be on the Flats and Handwashing Challenge Facebook page. And it's also in the link below as well. Remember, try to limit one per person so that everybody can get one. So you all have a blessed day. I will see you, Lord willing, tomorrow. Just giving this a quick clean because he already soaked through, because I only put one flat in there and my husband didn't change him fast enough, so he was like soaked. And I only have 4 covers, so you know, I would, this early in the morning, I would just let this get washed, but I hesitate to let it go. I want it to have time to dry, because when you only have 4 covers, you never know when he'll just decide all of a sudden he wants to poop a whole lot, and then you don't have any covers left. And I just gotta squeeze it out and wrap it in a towel to dry it. Hey, Rotten. Yeah, we started doubling your flats. No toilet. No, not the toilet. No, we're not doing that. You think you're so funny. Nope. I'm gonna go hang this up. So I wrapped this up in this towel. I folded this towel in half, wrapped it up, stomped it. It's actually surprisingly dry, and I think with the weather today, this will be ready to use again in probably like 2 hours. Yeah, I put my drying rack back out in the front too again. I like this spot because the breeze cuts through this way.